Hi, welcome to Happiness Matters. This is Goddess Valentina. So today's message, we're going to get right into it. It's finding the right tarot reader, oracle card reader, spiritual reader, divination reader. You are ready for a reading, some insight. You've talked to everyone that you know. Inside your heart, you know that there's something more. And you want to find someone that can talk with you, assess the situation, someone who doesn't even know you, who could be, non-judgmental, no bias information, and just let's see what's going on. And when I walk away, I never see you again, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, first and foremost, I think that when you are paired with the right spiritual person, a spiritual reader, I think that it's a wonderful, wonderful experience. And you can gain so much insight and wealth of information. Sometimes it's also, well, not sometimes, we feel sometimes in our gut with something, but maybe we second guess ourselves. And sometimes, having that right connection with that right reader can just solidify, like, you know what, I was thinking that, or, I was definitely going to do that. You feel really great about it. And sometimes we need that solid ground to stand on, and also, it's important that there are people who are out here who love this craft, who understand the gift of it. And it's interesting, in my studies, I realized that, with the tarot, it deals with all aspects of life. And the pictures, will say something, but it's always a deeper meaning for each card. And it's amazing, and it's millions and millions of stories and formulas depending on how the cards lay, and what energy that you are bringing. So, I want to let you know that this is a great decision, when paired with the right person. And you're saying, Goddess, how do I know who the right person is? Well, you need to, referrals are good. Two, really trust your instincts, really trust your gut, really trust what you feel, because, that's important. That's a gift that we have, our feelers, our intuition. Sometimes people only go off their gut feeling because their heart and their mind can lead them different ways. So, that's something extremely important. First and foremost, I would make sure to do some research to see if they have a website, see what's on their website, what kind of energy and vibe are you getting from that? Are you really drawn to the energy? Or you're on the fence? Or, yeah, I really like this, that's number one. Number two, also you need to know what their background is. It's important to know. It's not like their knowledge base, but it's kind of, how do I say, their faith systems. You know, their faith systems could be really not what you believe in. And from that can have a conflict of interpretation. We could see, like seeing the glass is half full and someone sees the glass half empty. It's just that kind of thing. So you want to make sure, that you guys are aligned that way. And sometimes people want someone polar opposite of them, you know. Also, if you go in to have like a consultation, you want to see if you feel connection with that person, Do you feel peaceful, or do you feel anxious, or are you on the fence, or do you feel, skeptic? These are all things that you need to pay attention to. And you could make, if you like, I find journaling very helpful to write down my thoughts and, say, when I went into this place, this is what I felt, this is what I thought, this is what I saw. and if it's a couple places that are looking into, even if it's websites, because websites have their feel, their energy, their vibe, their look, and you could see, what they are into, and you could see if that goes along with you. That's so important. Also, I think that making sure that you clear your energy before you go is very important. You can have an argument, you could be holding judgments, you could be frustrated with people, and that will come out in your reading. If you're going to a reading, I know that it's more of a deeper kind of thing, that you are looking for some wisdom and some divine direction. And so you don't want to have all this other, minuscule certain things. I'm not going to say an argument with someone is minuscule, but those things pass. If you're in something and if you've been struggling with something or you're repeating cycles, this is something that's deep rooted that you need healing in. So these are things that are great to talk to about some, you really want to get wisdom. Sometimes people go for entertainment purposes, but energy doesn't lie. And when you're sitting in front or sitting on the side, when you are together and you have granted permission for insight, for wisdom, for your energy to be read, that's serious. That's serious. And so when those crystals or those rocks or those cards or whatever divination tool you're interested in and experiencing, that energy will be presented. And you want to make sure that the person that's reading has a certain kind of integrity, high moral compass. You want to feel from a place that it's just, you want to just feel that spirit energy, You don't want to feel rushed. You don't want to feel, you just don't want to have weird feelings, You know what I'm talking about. And if you've never been to a reading, and you start, calling up people, or, sometimes on the website to say you could email me a free question, and you could see how they respond to you. I've reached out to people, and there's certain people that write in a place that just uplifts my soul, and I would definitely do business with them. And then there's people that I would never do business with, because they're more harsh, they're more hardcore, their energy is not as gentle as I like it, or nurturing as I need it. We all have our certain style. Maybe a harsher, more straight in your face kind of reader is what a person is looking for. These are all the things that are very important. So you want to cleanse your energy before you go in. So you want to take like a sea salt bath, or sage yourself, or use high energy herbs, use also beautiful essential oils. But I would do essential oils after I've taken that cleansing bath. Washing with high energy soap, like Florida water soap. Florida water is a great energy heightener. So if you have the soap, you could wash yourself with that. It's great. You could also use the Florida water after, when you come off, around your skin. And then you can anoint yourself with beautiful essential oils. They have the oils for the chakra system, which are really wonderful. And people do feel that energy that you bring. I will also carry crystals, protective stones, black tourmaline. Amethyst is also great for, it's a clearing stone. It's also great for high spiritual energy from yourself, receiving energy. Amethyst is great. It's a great stone. At this time, I wouldn't have quartz, because if you're in the lower energy, if you're just frustrated with things, or, just melancholy. You don't want that amplified. So quartz is an amplifier. So you don't want to have that quartz crystal with you at this time. Turquoise is good. Tiger eye. All of those kind of protective stones are really great. Because this is your energy, and there's people who can tune in really well. You need to know, are they clairvoyant? Are they claircognizant? Are they clairaudient? So people who have the gift of hearing, people who have the gift of seeing, people who have the gift of right knowing, do they have those gifts? Or are they just a study of the tarot? Or are they just a study of the oracle cards or crystals or divination, or they were born with a gift? Find some background information out so you know where a lot of this stuff is coming from. Are you an intuitive reader? Intuitive reader looks at the cards and from experiences and stuff like that, they can pull from the story. I do find that a person who is intuitive but have knowledge and also have knowledge base is a great way to go. So these are important things that you should look out for. Like I said before, if you're connected to the right person and really take the time, I think that you have a great experience. A lot of people like crystal readings. It's the crystal readings, stone reading, tea leaf readings, charm readings, anything that you're throwing down. You see, your energy doesn't lie. So when you're holding something in your hand and you throw the energy out, it lands in a certain way, in a certain pattern. And at the top of where you're throwing, it could be like in a box or something, it's you. They have a marker that represents you. And you see what crystals fall next to it. What charms fall next to it, what stones, what the shape of the stones. What is the energy saying? Is everything to the right? Is everything to the left? And that's where a person would have to study different things. How is the grid set up? What does the grid mean? To this person who's reading. Lots of questions, and they should take the time to answer. They should take the time to answer. This is your life, and it's important that you get that reading, that wisdom that you need. There are people, who need this, who need readings. But, it's a spiritual, I find it more spiritual, more enlightenment. We all need enlightenment. We all need to be enlightened. Because sometimes our way is not the best way. And sometimes we're not getting the results that we need to get. And it's because of our thinking, our surroundings, our belief systems, things that have been, we've been raised a certain way. Maybe we need to cleanse the programming, Maybe we hold a lot of, judgments and things. There's a lot of behaviors that we do. It's where we remember that it's not always someone always hurting us and attacking us. We also bring forth an energy too. And what are we bringing to the table to every person that we meet? Are we sarcastic? Are we kind? Are we judgmental? Do you oversee things? Do you function from a loving heart? Do you function from a place of darkness? It's very interesting. And so all of those things come out in your life. Look at your life and look at where you're fertile at. Where are the areas in your life that you're blossoming, and where the areas of your life where you're struggling or where you lack at, and those are the areas and behaviors and things that need to be changed. A different mindset needs to happen in order for those to have blooms, in your life. And from that, you'll have balance, and sometimes, a good reader can help you with that. What are the takeaways? What are the lessons learned? What can you use to assist yourself? So I hope this message was helpful. I think that you're on the right track, but just take your time and protect yourself.